Confident, confident, confident. I can be confident, 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 confident. I can be confident at work.
Hello and welcome to the Confident at Work podcast. I'm your host and your confidence coach, Anna Manning. And today I'm talking about a concept which I did not invent, but I love to think about and share with my clients. And that is new levels, new devils. Now, I actually don't know who this is ascribed to other than my very first coach, Lena Kay, used to say, new levels, new devils when she was coaching people. So, do you remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog? When I was a kid in the 90s, we got a Mega Drive, me and my brothers and sisters, and we were so happy with it. We used to play Sonic the Hedgehog. And if you have never played it, the baddie in Sonic the Hedgehog is Dr. Robotnik. And every time you beat a level, Dr. Robotnik or one of his cronies would show up and find a new way to take you down. Each new level that I reached, there was some new thing, some firebomb, some hurdle, something I couldn't jump over. There was always something new. Every time I played a new level, they upped the difficulty, they upped the ante, and they upped whatever character it was or whatever challenge it was that was coming along to try and kill me. Now, every new level that you get to in work, in your professional life, there will be a new challenge, a new obstacle, something more difficult, something more tricky, something that you haven't had to deal with before. It's just like Sonic the Hedgehog. When you reach the next level, you're not just going to mosey along on that level with everything as it was before. There will be new challenges, new obstacles, and new Dr. Robotniks. And you have to learn to play at that level, just like you do when you're playing a computer game. And this isn't just for when you have a new job or a promotion. It might be when you're doing work on your confidence. Let's give you a practical example. So, say you do quite well in a team presentation. And because of that, you get noticed for that and you're asked to give a seminar in front of 150 clients. New level, new devil. You, my friend, just passed a level. You just upped the ante. And on this next level, there will likely be a next devil, whether that comes in the form of more fear, more panic, more nerves, less confidence talking to the crowd of 150 than you did talking to 5. You're on a new level. So it only stands to reason that there's likely to be a new devil. It might be a confidence devil for you to contend with. New challenge, new obstacle, new stuff to overcome, new confidence edges being exposed. So you may think, oh, I've cracked it. I'm finally speaking up in meetings, or I've got through the first scary few months of this job. And just when you're feeling good, a new challenge appears. A new level, a harder conversation, a bigger audience. If you got new levels, new devils, it is not a sign that you're failing or doing anything wrong. It's actually a sign that you're going up the levels in the game. I was thinking about my own new level, new devil the other day because I was presenting in front of 100, 150, 175 maybe. Big venue, big event, big people. I'm doing air quotes because no one's big, right, really, but in theory. I'm always a bit nervous, but I was feeling fine and I delivered it, really enjoyed it, felt calm, felt good, felt energized. And I was like, I wouldn't have been able to feel like that doing that 3 years ago. Certainly not 5 years ago, and definitely not 10 years ago. And you probably have so many examples that are like that. Think back over the course of your career. The amount of obstacles that you've tackled, the amount of stuff that now probably just feels like playing at the same level because you've mastered it. It's not a problem anymore. Maybe one day you used to find having feedback conversations with team members really difficult, and now it just feels like an everyday thing. Maybe you used to feel really unsure speaking up in meetings, and now you do it all the time. Maybe you joined a board and it was totally nerve-wracking, and now you just get your papers ready and go along. These are all signs of new levels, new devils. And one of my jobs as a coach is to point out to my clients when they've reached a new level, because it is my training and also my personal experience that people do not notice. So once you've reached that new level, you're just playing at that new level. You're like, oh, I've got this problem. It's like, yeah, but how far did you come? What progress did you make? Look at all those obstacles which now feel like routine, day to day things. It's good to stop sometimes and notice all the levels that have gone before. I especially love it when I do long term work with a client. So some clients will come to me and they'll have their sessions where they're like, right, I'm feeling confident at work. This is great. And then they have a massive job. So they'll keep doing a monthly session for however long, 1 year, 2 years, whatever. And over the course of that time, I see how much they've changed. They forget how much they've changed because where they are is just their normal. And I sometimes bring it back to them and I say, would you have done that easily 12 months or 2 years ago? And they're like, oh, God, no. I would have found that really hard. And I keep pinning them back to those moments to show them how far they've come. One, because progress is good for confidence. Noticing progress and celebrating our achievements is good for confidence. But two, it keeps our mind open to the fact that we've always had challenges and somehow we've always been able to meet them. There's always a way through. What all of us need to know in order for change to happen, in order for us to deal with the new devil that comes at the new level, is that we've done it before. We've learned how to play a new level. We've progressed through, and here we are now with some new challenge. And it might be unfamiliar to us, but the fact that we're on a level and facing a devil is not new. It just means that our next level, our next confidence edge is being exposed. And if you're someone who likes to grow and develop and learn and try new things, then that's really a good sign for you. If you're experiencing new devils, it means you've got to new levels. Well done, you. And I know that your game isn't really to get to a point where everything feels really easy, because I know that if you did that, you'd be bored. So sometimes that might feel like a really nice thing to be able to do. But the reality is, once you're bored, you'd be scratching around for some other challenge. You'd be wanting to go up to the next level. You'd be wanting a stretch or something that was going to put you out of your comfort zone again so you could keep on going. I just think it's part of the human spirit, and it's certainly part of the people that I work with. So I'm going to guess that you're the same. You're probably always going to be seeking some kind of new level. So you're always going to be experiencing some kind of new devil. And if you make a note of what the devils are at your level right now and compare that with what they were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, it's a really good exercise, because what you'll notice is you've progressed through every single one of those levels and you have met and overcome every single one of those devils on your way up. And you're still here playing the game. So even if you never reach a point where every single thing is easy, you can at least know that you will be able to handle each new challenge as it comes, because you always have done. And this is a beautiful thing about confidence work. Knowing that whatever the day throws at you, whatever the job throws at you, whatever your people throw at you, you will be able to handle it. Even at the next level, you know there'll be new devils, but you'll face them. Just like you faced all the devils on the other levels before, and you'll live to fight another day. Word for a moment about confidence work. So there may be levels that you've been on before where you've been able to kind of get away with not fighting this particular devil. You've been able to move around it, you've been able to hide it, you've been able to play the level and get to the next level without defeating this particular devil. But if you're listening to this podcast, maybe it's time to deal with this particular devil. If your confidence feels low and you're stuck in a low confidence cycle, and if you don't know what I mean by that, go to the show notes, take the confidence assessment. It will tell you whether or not you're in a low confidence cycle, and it'll give you some ideas for what you can do to get out of it. But if that's where you are and you know that you can't fully play at this level without sorting out this particular devil, or you can't get to the next level without sorting out this particular devil, then maybe come and ask me for help. I will never be able to help you actually defeat Dr. Robotnik in Sonic because I could never do it. But this devil of low confidence, this devil I know. This devil I understand. This devil I can help you to beat. So you can play this level with a little more ease or move up to the next one. So if you want to come and work with me or you want to explore it, click the link in the show notes. There's 2 ways that you can do that now. Either come and talk to me about private coaching or join us inside the Confident at Work membership. And I will see you in next week's episode. Until then, bye.
Confidence, confidence, confident. I can be confident. Confidence, confidence, confident. I can be confident at work.